That's the way she wants to be introduced. Chris Constance, Keith Robertson, Judy Giuliano, Paige Kriegel, Keith Richter, Stephen Gray Blanchette, and Nick Thompson. Please come on.
Hello, Fort Myers. I'm Betty G. My friends call me that, and you may too. I am a retired from two very successful careers. My first career, I was a registered nurse. My second career, I was 20 years as an insurance agent. So two topics that are very central to what's going on in Tallahassee. But my most bragging about qualifications that I'm Doug's mom. Doug is my 30-year-old single. 9 years in the United States Air Force. This job takes him into Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan, where he picks up those brave soldiers who have been injured in the war. And he brings them back to Ramstein and then back onto the United States for treatment at Walter Reed or the Bird Center in San Antonio. And as a registered nurse, you can imagine that I did just about everything. I worked at the bedside, I was head nurse, I was a nurse administrator, and I even spent a year teaching at the college level. I am very invested in this community that I run for District 71, which runs from South Sarasota down to 5 precincts in the 60% of Charlotte. And on November 4th, I'm hoping you'll vote for Betty G. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us today. My name is J.J. Giuliano, and I'm your Democratic candidate for the State House District 72, which includes parts of Lehigh, Alva, Olga, Buckingham, all of DeSoto County, and parts of Charlotte. I've lived in Charlotte County since 1985. I work in the healthcare profession as a registered nurse since 1983. And I believe it is time for our state government to fight for solutions first, rather than take valuable time over the non-issues they fought for in 2008. I believe our state government and our local government should come together for the common good of our communities. If elected, I'll do what I've always done in my professional career, and that is to care for, to listen to, and stand up for people my entire career, and that is the type of representative I will be in your behalf. I may not have the political status as some, but what I have is a quality record of many years of public service that will serve you well. You will see my name on the November 4th ballot. I ask you for your vote. J.J. Giuliano, District 72. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Stephen Gray Blanchette. I am running for State Representative District 73. I know a lot of you here because I am a member of this chamber. I'm running for State Representative because I'm tired. I am tired and I'm not happy. I'm not happy that we have the highest rate of unemployment in history in Lee County. I'm not happy that we have foreclosures with record numbers right now. I'm not happy that we are paying outrageous prices for our homeowners insurance. And last week, I wasn't happy when I saw in the paper that the ACT test results came out, Florida ranked 48th in the nation. We have to change that. If you elect me, state representative, come November 4th, Stephen Gray Blanchette, it's the only hyphenated name on the ballot. We don't have a lot of time up here also, but I think you all received this from the news press. Please take a look at that. There's some direct questions answered to, that were asked to the candidates, and my responses are in there. And I'll give you a good idea of what I stand for, and also please visit my website, which is yourvoteforchange.com.
Thank you. My name is Nick Thompson. I am State Representative for District 73. And I want to first thank you all for electing me to that position. It's been an honor to serve over the past 2 years. It's my first time in political office. And I produce results for my district, and I'm happy with the things that I've accomplished. This year we passed the anti-bullying bill, the Jeff Johnson Stand Up for All Students Act. That was a bill I ran for 2 years and was able to pass this year to make our kids safer in school and allow parents to know what's happening with their children. The other bill that passed this year, which I'm proud of, is the Marijuana Eradication Act, or the Grow House bill. That, working together with Sheriff Mike Scott and other leaders in the law enforcement community, we went to attack the grow house drug dealers and to make penalties higher for people that are operating grow houses and operating grow houses with children in them. Another bill that we passed out of the House, not passed the Senate this year, but like the bullying bill, I will continue to fight for that and follow it, is the Zahid Jones bill. That was the young boy who was killed through child abuse and neglect. And we passed a bill in the House that would give grandparents and caregivers more rights in the courts to help protect children. Those are some of the issues that I've actually passed and have results on. I grew up here in Fort Myers. I went to Orangeville Elementary School, St. Michael Lutheran, Fort Myers High School. I care about my community. I'm very proud to represent it, and I hope you return me there. Please vote for me in November. Thank you.
Okay. This question is going to be directed to all of the candidates running for State Representative District 71, 2, and 3. How are you going to do more with less money while sustaining our quality of life?
We, government, have to do what families and you all have to do at home. People are making less money right now. We can only spend as much money as the people can afford to pay the government, and we can't live outside our means. The Constitution of the state of Florida requires the legislature to pass a balanced budget, which is a good thing. That means we have to readdress our priorities in funding. There are some programs out there that, while nice and help certain areas, maybe aren't as big a priority as, say, public safety, as providing more resources to child care workers and harm children and families and law enforcement to help protect against child abuse and neglect. There are things that the government has to do that reflect the way we live our everyday lives. We have to cut back in areas, and we have to reassess our priorities.
Yes, we do have to live within our means, and we understand that. But first, I think the state government needs to find solutions first before they cut and slash public education, health care, and safety of our citizens. Yes, people do tighten their belt, but they don't tighten their belt to cut off their own health care or their child's education or the safety of their children. First out, we really need to find solutions first to bring revenue in, and that is what I'll do. Fight for solutions first. Thank you.
One thing that I want to look at is, actually focus on is wasteful spending in our government, our state government. I think you all remember when they started doing the Iraq expansion, there was a guardrail put in place. Spent over $2 million for that guardrail, only to have it ripped out 2 years later for the expansion. That was a waste of your money. The other thing, I was in Tallahassee a couple months ago. I was judging the American Advertising Addy Awards up there. They had an entry in there. It's called the advertising that's around the country. So one of the pieces in there was one of the most creative commercials and websites that I've seen. And it was on the fifth guy. They spent over $200,000. It was the Florida Department of Health put that together. Check it out. It's called fifthguy.com. It was a commercial and website developed to remind people to wash their hands.
I do believe that we can meet the needs of families without compromising to business, which has so frequently been the case. What I would say to you, just as you do at home and business does in business, we have to watch where and how we spend our dollars. Those dollars are being spent. We just have to reassess, reprioritize. And I think that priority has to be, one, we need to reform insurance. We will not get our economy jump-started, especially in a market driven by construction and real estate. We don't have the alternative at the moment. We must jump-start our economy by fixing once and for all the property insurance issue. And we must invest in our public education. It's good for us to invest in public education because you are demanding a well-educated workforce. And to have a well-educated workforce, we will have to bring jobs here. To bring jobs here, we must invest in our colleges and universities, and we must look for alternative fuel. And in doing so, having our colleges and universities be integral in that, I do believe that that will drive new industry to us. Ideas are born in industry, and then they are finalized in research at the college level, and then we get jobs. I'm Betty G.
Thank you all. Okay, up next, we do have a state Senate race taking place in District 27 with Dave Amber and Matt Conway.
Good afternoon. afternoon, I'm Dave Ehrenberg. You helped elect me to the State Senate in 2002, and I've been shaking up the status quo ever since. I've been fighting for real regulations on the unlimited soft money that pervades our campaigns. I helped pass a gift ban that bans gifts from lobbyists to politicians. I've been fighting for you on issues like Alligator Alley, being the leading voice against the privatization of Alligator Alley and the quadrupling of the tolls to get to the other side of the state. Even on immigration, while the federal government does nothing on immigration reform, I was one to help change our state's law to tighten up our laws against illegal immigrants who commit crimes. I've also worked across party lines with people like Bert Saunders to help bring back millions of dollars to Southwest Florida. I was the chair of the Oversight Committee for the Everglades and helped bring back $50 million for Everglades restoration, also hundreds of thousands of dollars for the cleanup of the Imperial River and others. And I say this, I'm so honored to have the support of the business community, whether it's Sam Galloway or it's the Florida Chamber of Commerce. And when the Florida Chamber of Commerce and Sam Galloway get together to support a Democrat, it means the apocalypse is upon us.
Thank you all very much. I really appreciate this opportunity today. My name is Matt Caldwell. I was grown up in this community. I'm seventh-generation native. My wife Yvonne and I live in Lehigh Acres with our newborn daughter Ava. If I look a little droopy, it's not because I'm bored with y'all. She is 8 weeks old and I've been taking the 4 a.m. diaper. I grew up here, went to FGCU, had a chance to start a small business here in this community. That was a great experience. Putting together a budget, hiring employees, providing jobs for people here in our community. And it really gives you the experience and the confidence to tackle some of the big issues we have here today. I've been involved locally with the Charter Review Committee this past year, being a champion for single-member districts to succeed, but it was something I wanted to see get out there. Also with water issues with the water management district and locally in Lehigh, Leeds County Water Control. It's real simple in this race. It's the economy. You know this. The economy is about small businesses. And it's about wasteful spending that takes money out of your pockets through taxes. And it's about an energy policy that makes sure that you and I have the energy we need to get our businesses done. Thank you very much, and vote for me and move forward.
Okay, guys, this is a question that is near and dear to the Chamber's heart, all the way from the Florida Chamber down to the Fort Myers Chamber, and it deals with constitutional amendments. I'm sure most of y'all have an idea what those are. There's been a lot of media over these constitutional amendments. So, in the 2008 November ballot, there will be up to 9 amendments for the voters to choose. We're going to talk about 3 of them today. Please state your position on the following amendments, and I want these in a support or opposed answers. Amendment 3, tax exemption for wind hardening and renewable energy creation. Support.
Support.
Amendment 4, a tax exemption for conservation properties. Support.
Support.
And the one that's made a lot of headlines lately is Amendment 5, which is the tax swap. Now, this amendment has had some challenges in court. It's been thrown out. It will be appealed, and it looks like it may make it to the ballot. Hopefully it will not. But if it does, please give me your answer on where you stand.
How do you feel about it, Paul?
I can't answer that one word.
I wrote that one
I love
too.
the realtors. I appreciate their support, but I oppose this amendment because it cuts taxes in 2011, the school's portion of your property taxes, about $10 billion worth. And it requires it to be made up in other unspecified new taxes, perhaps a services tax, perhaps other taxes on your business. And I cannot support something that could lead to the largest tax increase in Florida's history.
Very quickly, I support this amendment. I'm going to tell you, in a contrast to that, it's not about raising more taxes. Florida Tax Watch just this year, in the leanest budget year we've had ever, itemized more than 100 projects that weren't essential to state government. Projects that took money that we could be spending on education and healthcare. I don't think it needs to be made up by increasing taxes. I think we're wasting money on non-essential services.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. The next race we're going, Jeff George.
I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be
had the honor of representing Southwest Florida Public Office for the last 22 years, the last 10 years in the Senate. And I'm running because I'm very concerned about where this country is heading under current leadership. I'm not concerned about my future, but I am concerned about the future of our children and what we're going to leave to them. For example, runaway spending is crippling this country. We have $9 trillion in debt. That equals $30,000 per man, woman, and child in this country. If you're unhappy with the status quo in Washington, D.C., I'm asking you to join with me and help shake things up. You can learn a little bit about my campaign at bertsaunders.com. Now, one of the things that made it clear to me that we needed different leadership in Washington is the fact that the incumbent doesn't live in Southwest Florida. You deserve someone who lives in Southwest Florida, who's committed to this community, who has served this community, and that's what I offer you. I offer you that change. I will tell you that my time is up. You can learn about my campaign at bertsaunders.com, about the issues, about my past, and about what I intend to do here next Congress. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Jay George, and I'm also running for District 14, U.S. House of Representatives. I am a Fort Myers, Cape Coral resident. I've lived here since 1974. After high school, I joined the Army for 5 years. I was an intelligence analyst. I worked in the dot-com industry in the late 90s. And now I am a small business owner. I have a video production company. And every candidate who's running against an incumbent likes to come up and tell you that they're going to shake things up, that they're going to make a change, that they're going to change the status quo. The question is how do you, the voters, know that that's going to happen? What we're doing with our campaign is something different. What we're doing is we're trying to use the new media in a way that's never been done before. Everything that I do and say for the sake of this campaign is recorded on that camera back there. Then we put all of that footage in all of its raw, unedited glory up there for you to see, in addition to edited videos. The idea is that we have complete transparency and accountability to you, the voter. And we're also using the new media to make sure that you have unprecedented access. Because not only have I grown up in this area, not only do I live here, but I also occasionally spend some time in this area. To find out more, you can check out our website, jeffgeorgeforcongress.com. Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen? I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that the price of fuel is a hot issue on the Hill right now. With the debate being on how to best lower prices at the pump, what are your solutions?
Well, the bad news is that there isn't any quick solution to the cost of gasoline at the pump. There are long-term solutions, and those long-term solutions require a national energy policy. You'll be surprised to know that in Congress they know who's using steroids in Major League Baseball, but we don't have a national energy policy to deal with an issue that is literally crippling our nation. We need to diversify our energy sources. I wrote the energy bill this year dealing with use of solar, use of nuclear, use of wind power, use of biofuels, diversification of our energy resources. At the same time, we have to take advantage of the fossil fuel resources that we have in this country. We need to start drilling in Anwar. We need to start drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, as long as that drilling is at least 100 miles off the coast of Florida. So the solution is a long-term solution. It's a solution where we have to diversify the mix of fuels that we use in this country.
As Senator Saunders points out, there is no immediate quick fix. There is no short-term solution for the long-term problems that face this country. Number one, we certainly need to we certainly need to invest in alternative energy plants. We need more wind, more solar. We need nuclear if that's what it takes. Beyond that, I am skeptical of drilling offshore and drilling onward. I think this country already has an unhealthy addiction to oil. And it seems to me that these suggestions for drilling are a little bit like after an alcoholic has been faced with an intervention, going up to everybody that's challenged him and saying, if only I had better access to my addiction, I wouldn't be in this shape. So we need to really develop alternative energy sources. The other thing that we need to do is we need to change our foreign policy. We need to go out there and stand up for the values America used to stand up for. We need to make sure that we have the courage of our convictions to actually stand up for justice, human rights, and real freedom and democracy. And when we do that, we'll see a change in the pumps as well. Thank you.
but not least, we have the Lee County Sheriff's race with Sheriff Mike Scott, Christian Meiser, and Mr. Rod Shook.
Yeah, in the interest of time, we'll get right to it. I'm Mike Scott, and I approve this message. Actually, you will approve it on August 26th, next week, next Tuesday. A message that was delivered by virtue of a mandate, nothing short of a mandate 4 years ago, a mandate for change in leadership at your sheriff's office. I believe I've delivered that change. I believe we need to look no further than something like the marijuana grow house interdiction, which Representative Thompson mentioned earlier, and I applaud that effort and the efforts that we put forward to support that, eradicating drug dealers. You're business leaders in this community. If we come into your business this afternoon, take all your employees to jail, kick the door off the hinges, crash the computer, the fax, and the phone, it's going to be tough to do business, isn't it? That's what we're doing in Lehigh Acres and elsewhere in the community. Third generation native of Lee County. My wife and I are raising 2 teenage daughters here, and I really am concerned about traffic safety, about school safety, about gangs and the other ills that plague a large community like this. So please, I'm looking forward to working hard for 4 more years. I believe I've maintained and earned your confidence. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is not Meiser, it is Meister. But I'm going to be a Meister in the office, okay? I'm going to make sure that your taxpayer interests are fully protected. I'm Christian Meister, and I'm proud to say that I have a background that will serve Lee County well. I'm in fact the only candidate of sheriff who has served in Operation Desert Storm. I was a veteran. What background can I bring to Lee County? I have served the national security interests of the United States, and I'm very proud of that. And I want to serve the security interests of Lee County. In addition, I have a background in constitutional law. I am familiar with police liability. This background will help me to protect our law enforcement officers and also protect the taxpayers from liability lawsuits. Ladies and gentlemen, we have complaints in Lee County, and that is about security. Those issues have been unaddressed. We have complaints about service calls. They have been unaddressed. And we have an unprecedented number of people who do not trust the law enforcement officers. And I can talk for 1 hour, but he says no. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I'm Rod Shope. I'm former Lee County Sheriff. Back 27 years of pure law enforcement experience, management, and administration. I have 4 college degrees. They include criminology, business management, a master's in public administration, and I completed my human resource studies at the School for Industrial and Labor Relations at Cornell University. I'm a graduate of the FBI Academy and the Southern Police Institute as well. Get to the chase. All we heard today was money, money, money. I don't think there's a person in here, you don't have to raise your hand, that says I want to pay more next year. And that's an issue. How do we deliver service for a better price? We're going to have to do that. There's going to be a budget crunch. I also don't think there's a person sitting in here that doesn't realize that crime is a huge issue. It's on the front page of the paper every single morning. I have developed a strategic plan. It's a 5-year operational plan, but the first 1 year, it'll save you about $10 million in operational costs. We'll put those little light signs, if you remember them, the Lee County Sheriff's Office. We'll put more people on the street to patrol. We'll reduce your crime, we'll give you a better product, we'll reduce your budget for a better price. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's a big deal.
Okay, gentlemen. Recently, in the United States of America, there have been over 100 universities like Ohio State, Duke, Dartmouth, and Syracuse who are petitioning to change the drinking age from 21 down to 18. The reason behind this is most adults' functions start at the age of 18. Do you support or oppose this?
I support it for one reason, and that's because if we've got 18-year-olds that are carrying machine guns and fighting wars to preserve our freedom, then certainly we have to consider the opportunity for them to drink and drink sensibly and wisely. There's abuse that runs rampant with alcohol at all ages, 18 and 78. So it's hard to put an age gap on it. I have to support that given our current responsibilities that we have 18-year-olds with.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love this question. You're asking the completely wrong guy. I'm from Austria. We drink beer, Yodel, and we do skiing all at the same time. We do not have a drinking age. Now, seriously, I think we should follow the tradition. Let's keep the dark 21 to 21. When I was 19, I came to the United States. I drank when I was 19. You know, people do this, you know. I think we should do more for kids. It's good to shut down marijuana grow houses, but we need to do more and to educate the kids not to smoke this stuff in the first place. Drinking age 21, that's cool. I'm ready. Thank you very much.
I think that every individual state needs to have their own laws. Someone recently asked me if I support a police agency in Lehigh Acres. I think it's up to the voters. Everyone pays a broad-based tax for basic services. I think that's what we should be providing. That's the Republican way. I'm a Republican. I'm running in a Republican primary. So we give poor-level service. If you want additional services, then you pay those extra dollars. But New Springs does that. Fort Myers Beach does that. A little extra to help augment, but nonetheless, they get poor-level. I think that every state should, and every university should have their own rules. The people that they affect should be voting on them and voting.
Well, that wraps up our political forum. I'd like to thank all of you all for coming and spend some time with us today. We will have some other announcements shortly after this, but before I leave you, please remember to go to August 26th and then again November 4th.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Just please remain seated. We have some announcements before we leave. Your candidate, you're leaving. Votes. We also have our 50-50 draw. If you have not bought a ticket, now's the time to buy it.
Okay, part of our announcement includes Scott Gregory here is to give you an update. Give you the news about the blue chip awards coming up. Please pay attention. We're going to be done in just a few minutes, but we're not doing 50-50 until we're done. So, then my tickets will make fun of you on the way out.
Thank you, Gary. I'm here again to just announce on November the 6th at the Harborside Convention Center. We're going to be having our Blue Chip Community Business Awards program again, honoring small businesses that have overcome adversity to achieve success. If you know of a small business that's from 400 to 500 employees, principally headquartered Lee, Collier, or Charlotte County, has overcome adversity to achieve success, you can nominate them for this awards program. You can self-nominate them if you're that type of business. We're in our 12th year. This is our 12th year program. This year we've expanded in Charlotte County. We actually already have 5 or 6 applications from Punta Gorda businesses that were affected by Hurricane Charlie have come back and done very well. Now, there's no cost or obligation to attend or to nominate any good business. If you'd like to attend this year, Oswald Shipment Company picks up the tab. Just give me your card on the way out. I've got applications if you know of a business that qualifies. I've got some great chamber members in the past that have won, and we're looking for some more this year. So if you think about anybody that meets that criteria, please let me know, and I'll be over here for the rest of the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Next, we have Ben O'Rourke, who's going to give a brief announcement about the upcoming Industry Appreciation Luncheon with the Horizon Council.
Just to let you know, the September Chamber Luncheon is the Industry Appreciation Luncheon. This is a tradition that the Chamber started a number of years ago in support of our effort. The Chamber was one of the premier founders of the Horizon Council. We already have 700 tickets sold. We have a capacity for 825, so if you want to go, you better get your tickets now. It tends to sell out. Also, we will be recognizing the emerging leaders as we do each year at the program, so if there's any emerging leaders, people here, we're looking forward to seeing you. We're also going to have a special presentation that will greatly interest the Greater Fort Myers Chamber of Commerce. That's all I'd say about it. But believe me, you will be excited when this happens. Also, we have a flyer that's out front. you can pick up to order or get your tickets, and we only take checks in advance, nothing, no calls. And finally, in support of Cole Peacock's Heart Walk, I'm a heart survivor. I've been on the heart board for 10 years. I've been walking for 10 years after my heart attack. We're looking forward to Cole's leadership. Thank you.
The rest of the announcements are about the upcoming events, but I want to say thank you today to the chairman of our Public Issues Committee, Deborah Lifting. Deborah, if you'll stand up, please. Hey, Deborah, Deborah and Cole have been working on this program for several weeks now, and we're very happy with that committee and what it's doing for our members. Wasn't this great? Did you enjoy this? Yes. Well, if you enjoyed this, perhaps you'll enjoy coming out to vote again for our Chamber Idol, which is next week, Thursday the 28th. We will have singers. You can vote for them right there. They can sing. We tried to get our candidates to sing for you so you can decide whether you want to vote for them or not by their singing voice. But then we decided that we wanted you all to enjoy your lunch. Just kidding. I know you're all trying to sing wonderfully together too. In harmony. Our next Women in Business meeting is on September 3rd at Florida Gulf Bank on College Point, sponsored by ICANN. Please be there if you can. We're having a special dinner at the Veranda Downtown Restaurant. It is to commemorate our 20th year. As you know, we are into our 20th year as a chamber. And I started here with the chamber when it started, and I was 12. But anyway, and the price of admission to this, the Veranda is celebrating its 30th year. We're celebrating our 20th year, so together we are 50 years old. And we're having a wonderful dinner. It is a buffet dinner. Dresses, business casual, whatever you wear to work, less. You know, you're a dancer in one of those clubs, but I don't think any of them are here today. So anyway, it's $45 per person. It includes dinner and 2 drinks, and you cannot go to the Veranda and have dinner and 2 drinks for $45. Trust me, people have told me that. Also, Paul Peden, who is the owner of the Veranda restaurant, is picking out the menu. It's a special menu just for our chamber members, so we hope that you'll all join us there. You can RSVP online at the chamber, fortmyers.org. Our ABLE Events and Business Leaders will be meeting on September the 16th at 5 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Historic District, which is down right across from the sign that says Edison Home. Anyway, you know where it is. It's the Holiday Inn Historic District where Char Restaurant used to be. If you don't know where it is, just call the chamber. We'll help you get there. Be sure to register to attend the Global Expo, which is coming up in September, on September 17th. It's going to be a wonderful event. We are almost sold out of booth spaces there. We're also going to be naming our Small Business of the Year. That will be a first for us. And then we will also have the Taste of the Chamber, where we will award one of our many restaurants that are going to be participating in the food tasting during the expo. So, we're almost ready for you to go. You're just all waiting. We really want to thank the candidates for being here today. This is a very prime time for them and getting out and doing their job of telling the people what they stand for and helping people understand why they should be voting and who they should be voting for. So we really appreciate them taking time to be with you today, and I appreciate our chamber members coming out to learn more about the political scene in our area. That's one of the reasons why we're known as a non-political chamber. We present the candidates for you to make your decision. We don't decide for you. So with that, we will do the 50-50 drawing. And if one of my staff people would please bring up the money and the tickets. Here's Hannah. Oh, we also have, oh, nice. This is from Norman Love. This is a nice box of chocolates. I didn't buy any tickets. Anyway, so we'll be going for the box of chocolate first, and the money, which is
$87.
$87 today. And if you would, just hold on for a minute, we'll do that. And
Deborah, you want to come up here?
this is Deborah Lifton.
Hold it back there.
Okay. 473226.
3226, 3226. That's for $87.
473226.
Chance there was going to be somebody running for office, but thank you to Pelican Reserve, and we're also going to have the wine for chocolate, right? Box of chocolates first. Now, we're doing now the $87. The last, actually, I have to say last, it's 949. 949. And before we wrap it up, I just want to say, once again, on behalf of the chamber, thank you, candidates and members. I don't think since early 1990, we're seeing elections that we have today, I think candidates are really need to get out and vote and express themselves. It's going to be a very important year.